So it was like a 3D head of pins of white light that came out of the obsidian glass. Welcome to another episode of Paranormal TV, where we discuss the strange, mysterious, occult, poltergeists, ghosts, UFOs, missing persons, and all things weird stories from around the world. So, in this episode, I've decided to continue on with some of my personal experiences in attempting to summon spirits and talk to entities from other dimensions. In working with a particular book, which was Konstantinos's Summoning Spirits, again, some of my rituals were a little bit hit and miss. So, in this book, there's a variety of different spirits that can be called. I guess the book is a little bit wishy-washy in some aspects, where it's just like pretty basic, based on the Golden Dawn, opening the watchtowers, which are the four elements. There's a similar thing if you've seen the movie The Craft, where they call the four quarters, and making the tools again from Golden Dawn. But the trick is you need to use some sort of scrying device, as laid out in that book. What I would use was, in typical Western Hermetic tradition, a triangle with the word, the tetragrammaton, and Michael around the outside, and what you can see in the middle is a tile of pure obsidian that's polished. And the trick is that you get into an almost trance state and gaze into that piece of black obsidian. And in practice, it didn't always work. I'd be calling spirits. Sometimes, you get a cold presence in the room, but nothing much more. And I think that's partly to do with your own divinity. You've got to be kind of inflamed or enraptured in your ceremony to get a result. But anyway, just a short one. Sort of going back to that book, there's an angel in there that helps you to develop your clairvoyant abilities. And I must again reiterate that you need to make sure that you're using a magical circle similar to that one. And well, after you've sort of done your opening ceremony and banished any entities or energies that are around you, you can then burn the incense that would attract that spirit and have a spiritually clean temporal sphere, I guess, within your circle. And when the environment's right and you can get yourself into that hypnagogic state, I guess you would call it, you can then perceive images in the obsidian glass within the triangle. So the triangle is kind of like a bit of a prison or a place where you call the spirit to make sure that it shows up there, or it might show up outside the circle. I've listened to lots of podcasts and things with other more proficient magicians experiencing the spirit not showing up where you call it. But in this case, this angel entity was fairly safe. I don't want to mention names of spirits because they can hear. But when I called this spirit up, it was like after some time, and I don't know if you've seen in some of those kind of hobby shops or comic book stores, um, a, a device that's three pieces of plastic, and they use pins, like bed pins, and you can like make a shape with your hand and push this thing on there, and under the clear layer you'll have like a pixelated pinpoint image of your hand, and then you can kind of set it down, and it's like a talking point or a little sculpture, paperweight, whatever you want to call it. You'd walk through the shops and you'd see a lot of these sorts of things going on um, in the device. Well, this angel appeared to me in that way, and her face came out, and it reminded me of like there's a movie called The Abyss where a face appears in water from an alien, and it was a female head that came out of the obsidian glass with like pin pricks of light, and she had a ponytail. I couldn't speak to the angel, but I could see it, and I was just thanking it for coming, and thanking it for helping me to develop my occult powers, I guess. And that's all that really happened with that ceremony. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you like these types of videos where we talk about strange events around the world and also some of our personal experiences, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll just put this one back up again, where you can have a quick look at the Reddit page and Facebook page, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. So I'll catch you next one.